What's up? Welcome to episode 2 of the JB and Manley Podcast. What's up, my man JB?
What's up there, my brother? My Uncle Mark Southern in the house.
Just another lovely night in the great state of misery. If you're a Mizzou Tiger fan, that is.
Yeah, how about it? Great weekend last weekend, man.
What's going on up there in Pennsylvania, man?
Oh man, we're waiting on the Buckeyes to come to town and see what's going to happen this weekend. So should be fun and exciting. You know, a lot of people a little disappointed that we have a noon game, but it all has to do with the playoffs. So it is what it is.
Hey, you got to get some TV games in when you can, man. We're usually 11 o'clock kickoff, so, can't drink a beer at 11 o'clock in the morning, can you?
Absolutely, you can.
That's absolutely correct, baby. At my house, you can anyway.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, is what they say, right?
Well, it's 5 o'clock right now. Look,
There you go. We got the ultra in the house.
drinking with Uncle Ultra this week. Last week, Uncle Andy, and this week is Uncle Ultra. We'll see where I'm at. Next week, I might need a heavier dose after Mizzou and South Carolina. But hey, on the picks last week, JB, you went 22-11, and I went 21-12. So you got me by a game, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If I remember, I think we may have differed on the Virginia, was it Virginia, Georgia Tech, maybe?
Yeah, we differed on that one. And let me see, NFL game. I think we had a different one too. New Orleans, Arizona.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good, man. Hey, we matched up pretty well there. So it's only downhill from there for me.
There you go. Hey, NCAA, man. New top 20. Georgia sitting at number 1. The Buckeyes at number 2. Tennessee Vols at 3. Michigan at 4. Clemson at 5. Alabama comes in at 6. Hey, surprise in the top 7 there. The TCU Horned Frogs coming in at number 7. Oregon at 8. Oklahoma State at 9. Southern Cal and Wake Forest tied at number 10. What do you think about that top 10?
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, I've been thinking about that the other day, and pretty much if you're in the top 10, you're going to have to win out, because I can totally see somebody like TCU, although I don't think the NCAA would want it, but I can see somebody like TCU sneaking into the Final Four. That would be crazy to see that. Plus, if you really think about it too, you have some games coming up here very soon that are going to really affect that top 4. Don't forget, you got Bama, Ole Miss coming up soon. You got Georgia, Tennessee coming up at some point. It's going to be a lot of good games going on. So looking forward to it.
I believe that Georgia and Tennessee game's actually next week. So we'll have a lot of discussion on that next week.
Don't forget also, you got Ohio State, Michigan too. So
that's right.
Yep.
So a lot of things still to play out. Clemson's probably going to win out. I don't know.
I see that happening.
Yeah. The surprise has got to be TCU.
Absolutely.
And Wake Forest. I'm telling you, I like Sam Hartman there, man. Hartman's a great quarterback. He got Wake Forest. I don't know if I've ever seen him in the top 10.
I can't say I have either.
Yeah.
I mean, I have in basketball with Timmy Duncan, but other than that, football, no.
Yeah. Hey, so your Penn State and Indy Lions are sitting at 13.
Yep.
Syracuse, another surprise team. Well, they're at number 16. Illinois at 17. It's been a while since Illinois.
Yeah, I have to say, Illinois and Syracuse have been playing good ball this year. I know Syracuse dropped one last week, but still, I think they said it was the first time since the possibly 60s that Syracuse started out at 6-0. So, I mean, hats off to them. They're playing good ball this year.
Are they still called the Orange Men, or they had to correct their name also? They're just called the Orange now.
I think it's just the Orange now. Yep.
World has come to, baby. Can't be the St. John's Redmen or the Syracuse Orangemen no more.
No way.
But you can be Pinky Stinky.
You're damn right. Hey, speaking of which, I saw the other night there was a new towing company driving around State College. Guy has a black truck and it's painted pink, and the man's company's name is Pinky Toes.
Wheel toe, huh?
Yeah, Will Toes, Pinky Toes. So shout out to Pinky Toes.
Boy, that's something else. You need a toe called Pinky.
Hey, I might even call Pinky up, see if we can get a sponsor from him.
There
I
you
might
go.
have to rock me a day shut
Hey,
it on this next
shout
time.
out to my man Pinky, baby. If you get stuck in the snow, call Pinky Toes.
That's right, baby.
Hey, Thursday night game, a little college football. Virginia Tech and North Carolina State. Of course, is Carolina's State's quarterback still hurt? Or is he going to play ball?
As far as I know right now, he's still hurt, but
Spread on that is Virginia Tech plus 13.5.
Yep.
So NC State favor about 13.5.
Yeah, I still think with injuries that NC State still pulls that one out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to probably run the ball a lot and, run a low-scoring ball game. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go with the old hungry like a wolf pack too, brother.
Yeah, well, Duran action.
It's Duran would say. Hey, another Thursday night game. University of Louisiana Lafayette against Southern Miss. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, I think Southern Miss is an underdog, I think, but not by much, maybe 2.5, 3 points. But I'm looking for Southern Miss to upset in this one, if you call it an upset. I'm taking Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. Yeah, I'm going to ride with them too. Brett Favre territory.
That's right.
A lot of stuff going on with Brett Favre right now.
Yeah, how about it?
Over our volleyball stadium, I believe it is. And some
yeah, I haven't heard the whole story yet, but I know that it's always something crazy.
Yeah, something about spending some money that was meant for something else. Him and the governor got together.
Right.
Well, we'll let that play out before we comment on that.
Exactly.
Also, you got Utah, the Utes, taking on the man you love to hate coming out of Washington State. The cops don't like my profile.
Well, they ain't gonna like that profile come to soon anyway when the Utes come into town. So it's definitely gonna be Utah all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Utah too. The Mormons get the job done in Washington State.
That's right.
And the cops ain't gonna like the Mormons either.
You ain't kidding.
Man. Ain't a snowball's traps in hell of Washington State beating the Utes.
Shit.
Friday night game, hey man. We got the East Carolina Pirates at the BYU. Another game out there in Utah.
Yep. East Carolina shouldn't even show up for this one. That's going to be a runaway. I see BYU playing like they did at the beginning of the year, and pretty much by the end of the third quarter, you might as well go to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and pick you up a 10th wife because it's going to be over.
The 10th wife and a bottle of champagne. Going to celebrate BYU style, baby. Hey, you might even see Jim McMahon at the ball game and a little cigar action there.
Yeah, that's right. Jim did go to BYU. That's right.
That's right, man. So did Steve Young.
Yes.
They can turn out some good quarterbacks. Of course, Ty Detmer also.
Yep, that's correct.
Heisman Trophy winner. All right. Another Thursday night game is Louisiana Tech and Florida International.
Let's see what I have written down here on that one. I believe I had Louisiana Tech, I believe, for some reason.
Yeah, I'm going to say you probably had Louisiana Tech. You like Phil Robinson, Terry Bradshaw.
Oh yeah, I like that combo.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
little
Appreciate
Raging Cajun.
Look, I don't even know where the hell Florida International is. So, I know international harvesters, but I don't know if they got any in Florida. So I'm going to take Louisiana Tech too, brother. I'm with you on that one. Somebody call the show and tell us where in the fuck Florida International is.
Yeah, seriously. Florida
Hey,
International.
Florida International. Hey, we'll move on, man. We'll move on to some more important games. Hey, SEC game on Saturday. First one I got on my list is my Missouri Tigers against the Gamecocks of South Carolina.
Whoo, well, hey, say it. I love Mizzou, from Mizzou, all that, but going with the Gamecocks in this one.
Yeah, Gamecocks favored by 5. I think it's down to 3.5 for some reason. I don't know, but yeah. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to pick South Carolina. They're at home. They're going to win that Battle of Columbia trophy.
Yep.
Speaking of battles, Battle of the Boot Hill, Crutchville won. I'm sure you know that by now.
I did.
Took the trophy over to Crutchville.
Congratulations, Crutchville.
Yeah, they won.
That's right. You brought that trophy out, what, 3 years ago? Something like that?
This is the 4th year. Yeah, 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, very beautiful trophy. If you haven't seen it, it's something to see. They can put the scores on there for many years to come, probably long after I'm gone. Another SEC game on the schedule, and this is going to be a great one here: Kentucky and Tennessee.
It is going to be a very good game. Will Levis, former Penn State transfer, going to Kentucky. He's been playing great ever since he got to Kentucky, and I knew he would. Tennessee very strong this year. I like Tennessee in this one, but at the same time, I would not be surprised at all to see Kentucky pull one out or keep it close. But I like the Volunteers.
Yeah, Knoxville's just a hard place to win, man. I'm sure that place is going to be sold out. I know you're going to hear Rocky Top blaring all damn night because they score points, man, and put up 50 easily, man.
Yep.
And Tennessee's favored by 12.5. I don't know if they'll cover that spread or not, man. But,
I don't think they will.
Will Levis is a great quarterback.
Yep.
Hendon Hooker might win the Heisman.
He's up there, that's for sure.
Yeah. He's a great quarterback. I'm going to go with the old Rocky Top Tennessee Vols to win that one. And they move on to another important game next week is, I'll tell you what, Tennessee's got this week Kentucky, next week Georgia. And they got one more tough game before they host I know they close out against Vanderbilt, but I looked at their schedule earlier, and I think they can win out if they get past Georgia. Look out. They're going to win that thing and probably be an SEC championship game.
Well, like we said last week, if we said if Tennessee going to make a name for themselves, the road runs through Athens, baby. So they got to make the name for themselves, but they got to get through Kentucky this week.
And they go to Athens, too, so that will be a tough game. All right, moving on to the Big 12. TCU and West Virginia. TCU favored by 7 points, and that game is in West Virginia.
I'm still taking TCU. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead on record right now and say TCU is going to win out.
Yeah, I like TCU also, and I believe they're going to make the college football playoffs because I don't see nobody beating them in the Big 12. So maybe Texas, but Texas, you know how they play. They're iffy. So
right.
Next game on the schedule is Georgia Tech and Florida State.
Georgia Tech and Florida State. Oh, that one there, I'm going to take Florida State in this one.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt. And anytime you're favored by 23 points, you better win the damn ball game.
Yeah.
Or your ass might not have a coaching job next week.
Man, you'd be fired at halftime. They get no Herm Edwards treatment.
There you go. Now we're going to move on to your conference. Another Big Ten game of Michigan State and Michigan, and that game is at Michigan.
It will be a little bit closer than people think, but I still think that Michigan's going to win by at least 3 touchdowns. It'll
Ain't
be
no,
close. It'll be close enough till halftime. Then after that, Michigan's going to put the foot down. Michigan's a very good team this year. I look for them to have no problem cruising through and getting the job done there. So Michigan Wolverines.
now, do you think Michigan can win out?
Oh no, I think Ohio State is going to beat them.
Gotcha. Of course, it's a rivalry game, so you can't never tell. But
Correct.
Michigan is favored by 3 touchdowns, by the way. So you nailed that.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jim Harbaugh, man. I've always been a Harbaugh fan. Loved him at Michigan. Loved him when he quarterbacked for the Colts.
Yep.
Put the Colts on the map there for a while.
Chicago Bears.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with Michigan as well.
All right.
Now we got Miami of Florida. Miami really struggling. You don't know what kind of team they're going to be. And they got the Virginia Cavaliers.
I think the Miami team that we expect to see is going to show up, and I wasn't impressed. I watched some of Virginia last week. Didn't see a lot from them, so I think Miami, the right team shows up, they pull this one out.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hurricanes too, man, on that one. We'll move right on to Cincinnati and Central Florida.
Oh, that one there is Cincinnati. I'm not even going to think about it, consider it. Every time I pick UCF this year, they let me down. So not even going to consider it this week, not even with the spread.
Well, man, I'm going to go with Central Florida at home in a close one. Might come down to a last-second field goal there.
It will be a close one. I would agree with that. It will be a close one. And now that I'm not picking UCF, I'll probably win, so you'll be having the upper hand.
I'll get that one win back.
Yeah.
I think that's the only game we've disagreed on so far. Yes, it is.
That's true.
Yep. Northwestern and Iowa. Northwestern favored by 11.5.
Yeah. Northwestern may be favored by 11.5, but I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I think Iowa's going to pull it off.
Wow.
I'm going upset. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I'm going to upset Iowa Hawkeyes. Mark it down.
I got you. Mark down. JB says Iowa's going to win. Man, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I'm going to go Northwestern.
Hey, I can't blame you for it.
Iowa can't find the end zone, can they?
They can't. They've played horrible all year. They move the ball. I mean, they're absolutely terrible. But for some reason, I'm just going to take them this week. I think upset in the making. Where's that game at?
I said Iowa. First upset. You heard it, JB. It's going to take the Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'll eat crow or Hawkeye. Yeah.
Hawkeye. Yeah. Wasn't that the guy on MASH?
Yeah, Hawkeye. Yeah. Alan Alda.
Hey, you never know what you hear on this show. We done heard a MASH reference. We're in the fuck's Florida International. You just never know what the hell we're going to say.
Yeah, I got my sound guy looking up Florida International. And I left him know, say, hey, where's Florida International? And he came back and he told me that he has no fucking clue. So we're still looking into that.
It might be sunk in the coast out there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on. Next one is a Big 12 matchup. Oklahoma and Iowa State.
Oh man, that's actually going to end up being a pretty good game. That one there, I'm sticking with the state of Iowa. I think the state of Iowa is going to have a good weekend. I'm taking Iowa State.
Yeah, Oklahoma's just too inconsistent this year, man. I mean, with all the changes they had over the off season, and man, I don't know.
Yep,
they're hit or miss. So I'm going to go with the old Cyclones out there for Iowa State as well. So that should be a pretty good game, Old. I mean, the point spread's only 1.5. So, and they're at Iowa State. So,
yeah,
Ames is a tough place to win a football game.
That's correct. Yeah.
tough place to win a basketball game as well.
Yep, no doubt.
Next one on the schedule, we got Arizona State and Colorado.
Oh, yeah. This one here, I'm not too sure about either team, but ever since departure home at Herm Edwards this year, it seems like Arizona State's kind of find who they are. So I'm going to say that Arizona State pulled this one out.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Sun Devils as well.
Jake Plummer, baby.
Jake the Snake, baby. All right, moving on to the Pac-12. USC in Arizona.
USC, I think USC has got an outside shot of doing some damage, possibly getting somewhere in the playoff or getting even a Rose Bowl berth against a Big Ten team. Could even end up being somebody like Penn State. But I really see at the end of the day that I can see a USC Michigan matchup in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go with the Trojans too. So the Trojans will beat the Wildcats.
Yep.
Hey, Stanford and UCLA is our next game.
No question. Stanford's playing like Iowa this year. Just not been impressed with them at all. UCLA's going to beat the bricks off of them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bruins as well. No disagreement on that one. Playing good ball out there.
Yep.
All right, back to the Big 12. We got Oklahoma State and Kansas State. Oklahoma State coming off a big win last week. They are favored by 1 this week.
I think the momentum continues for the Cowboys. I think they pull this off and take down the Wildcats.
Kansas State is at home, and that is a tough environment. This is a 3:30 kickoff, so I'm going to go with Kansas State. The Wildcats from Little Manhattan put a ass whooping on my Missouri Tigers this year, so I'm going to pull for them and hope they put an ass whooping on those Cowboys from Oklahoma. Big 12, next matchup is Baylor and Texas Tech, the Red Raiders and the Bears.
I'm going to stick with Texas Tech in this one. I think they beat the Bears.
I'm going to go with Baylor Bears. Baylor's playing good ball right now.
They are playing good ball this year, but I'm thinking that it's going to be most games this weekend are going to be close. They're going to be tight. So this one is going to be another one.
Yeah. Next game is SEC matchup. We got the Ole Miss Rebels and the Texas A&M Aggies. I'll tell you what, Ole Miss has to be very disappointed in what happened last week. They went down to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And those Tigers shut the Rebels down. I'll tell you what, Ole Miss jumped out to a early lead, and then after that, man, it was all LSU, man.
Yeah, Coach Ogeron must have called in and said, "Go Tigers!" And after that, it was on from there. I was surprised at in fact, because Ole Miss been playing good ball this year, but I'm still going to stick with them this week. I think that they're going to be singing "Hotty Toddy" at the end of the day. So, Ole Miss Rebs, baby.
Yeah, they definitely went to Baton Rouge, and that lane train got derailed, jumped off the tracks, and boy, I think this week, they're going to jump back on the track and get that win against Jimbo Fisher.
Yep.
And the Aggies from Texas A&M. Another SEC matchup, the Arkansas Razorbacks against the Auburn Tigers.
Man, this has not been Auburn's year this year. I can't, see them winning anything. I mean, they're going to play Bama close because of the rivalry games, so they'll get that adrenaline going or whatever. But I can't pick Auburn this weekend. Just don't see it happening.
Yeah, Auburn at home is underdogs, and that is very unusual. That right there says what kind of year they've had. And man, I don't know, man. Arkansas, after a 3-0 start, 3-game losing skid, then they beat BYU.
Yep.
And Auburn's a hard place to win. It's a hard pick for me, but as man, I just hate it. But I'm gonna go with the Hogs, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Every hog has its day.
That's right. That's right.
Oink oink, motherfuckers better win.
Every dog has a day, needless to say.
That's right. Hey, that's going to conclude all our picks for NCAA. And who was your biggest disappointment in NCAA last week?
Oh man. Honestly, I got to stick with my home crowd and say, I wasn't happy with how the whiteout finished off. They missed out on a couple things, and anybody who's ever been to a whiteout knows the atmosphere was hype, it was live, it was loud, but they missed out on fireworks at the end. They missed out on certain things that they didn't normally do in a whiteout. So for me, that was kind of disappointing there. As far as like any games are concerned, I haven't really, Ole Miss really sticks out for me. That's a game that they should have won. It just to go into, Death Valley and put your foot down early and have a strong showing and then turn around. Yeah, exactly. You just stunk up the place. It was not like a Lane Kiffin team that we're used to seeing. And, hopefully they can right the ship, because they still have an outside shot of, being in the SEC championship if they get by Bama.
Boy, that's going to be a tough one. But, yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that and say that was disappointing for Ole Miss Rebels. And, very disappointing with the way they performed after a 20-3 lead, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Of course, we had the Battle of Boot Hill in Hayti, and that was a very disappointing loss for me because that is a rivalry game for us, and losing to Carruthersville kind of makes your day bad, and losing that trophy that I made, really, and goes the first time over to Carruthersville since it has been made. So, yeah, very disappointing Saturday for me, man. And hopefully I get back on track this week with a lot of good things happening, man. Those are disappointing. What about your, I guess your most surprising NCAA team of the year so far?
Oh, TCU, without question. TCU is rolling. They're playing good ball. They've faced adversity in some games. I can remember within a few weeks ago, they're being down by a few touchdowns, late in the game, coming back and winning. I can't remember who exactly it was that they were playing against, but, they pulled that one out, so very happy with TCU. And like I said, I honestly think that I can see them winning out and being a problem for the selection committee to say, hey, you got 5 one-loss teams that play in a strong conference, blah, blah, blah. Here you have an undefeated TCU team. Do you let them in?
Yeah. I'm going to stoop down to the FCS and the SEMO Redhawks. Cape Girardeau just right down the road from me.
Yep.
SEMO is currently 6-1 on the year and ranked number 4 in the FCS poll. So, man,
they have a chance.
SEMO, baby.
Yeah, how about it? Hey. They got a chance to freaking get to that Final Four and do something, man. That'd be awesome.
Let's do it, baby. Been a long time for the what used to be known as the Indians back in our day. Of course, now there they are, the Redhawks.
Yeah.
All the name changes going on.
SEMO Indians, baby.
There you go. I was also an Arkansas State Indian and a Hayti Indian. I still am. So I guess I'll always be an Indian somewhere.
Always Indian. That's right.
All right, man. So that were all our college games. Let's get some pro games under us here. Of course, last week in pro games, we didn't pick them all. You went 5-3, and I went 6-2. So good job there on the picks on the pro side of things. Power rankings came out this week also, NFL. So check those out if you get a chance on ESPN and NFL.com. Kick off Thursday night action. Looks like Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, I tell you what, man, they looked ugly Sunday.
Yes, and I've not been pleased with them this year. I'm Baltimore. I'm taking Baltimore. I think Baltimore is going to pull it out. Just not impressed with Tampa Bay this year at all. They're so hit and miss. It's not even fun to watch, really.
Yeah. Tell you what, Brady's just having a bad year. Getting divorced.
Truly is.
Can't win football games. He's got to use his check to pay child support now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about Brady, but might as well go ahead and fold it in for the Bucs this year. And I'm going to pick Baltimore on that game.
Yep. Now, Brady has said he wants to keep playing, right?
Yeah, you know why. He got that check. You got to pay for them kids.
But if you're the Buccaneers, what do? At some point, you're going to need a quarterback. Do you cash it in now, draft a quarterback, let them study under Brady for the next couple of years, and then put him in, or what do?
Yeah.
Be some good quarterbacks coming out this year.
I'll tell you what, I'm a Mizzou guy. He has a Mizzou backup, Blaine Gabbert.
Yep.
Yeah, let Blaine go play ball.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, moving on to Sunday's game. Hey, we got Denver and Jacksonville. First game.
Oh my God, that's ugly, horrible. I doubt any team even scores. But if anybody scores that game, I'm going to take Jacksonville. Denver has just been sorry this year.
Yeah, old Russell left Seattle and probably has got to think double. I mean, he's about to do a lot of thinking of why he left Seattle. I'm going to tell you.
Better believe it.
Denver is really sluggish this year. Yeah, that's an easy pick for me, and that is also Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to get the win on that one.
Yep.
Game number 2 on Sunday we have is the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons.
And another game that just, be more interesting watching paint dry, but, you got to pick them anyway. But I think in this one here, I'm going to go with Carolina.
JB, you going with Carolina?
Yep.
Carolina, of course, got rid of on Thursday of last week. They let I'll tell you what, a damn good running back and McCaffrey go. And McCaffrey goes to Frisco, and that's going to help the 49ers out tremendously.
Oh, absolutely.
And, so, I don't understand that, but, I'm not in a general manager's position, and so I'm going to go with the Falcons at home to win that one. Next one on the schedule here is the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys.
Bears. Taking the Cowboys in this, man. Cowboys are going to start making a push here pretty soon. I mean, they're on the outside looking in as far as Philly goes in NFC East. So I think they're going to start shooting for a wild card spot, and this will be a big win for them to pick up.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys as well. Playing good ball. They got to keep it going, man. The NFC East is a tough division this year with the Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles. And that's probably the toughest division in football right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Miami against the Detroit Lions at Detroit.
You know what? I was watching last week. I have to say, when you give a quarterback good receivers, the good receivers make a quarterback look real good. Tua threw the ball excellent last week. Even his misses weren't off by much. So that being said, I like Miami this week, and I think Tua is going to have a great game. Look for a big day from Tyreek as always, but Tua is going to carry Miami to the win next week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins as well. Tua looks good, and his heart, man, is just special. Even after his concussion last week, taking big hits last week, he only plays the game one way, and that is hard. And I look for Miami to win big at Detroit.
Yeah, going through what he went through a few weeks ago, and early in the game last week, you see him trying to go to the goal line. Dude's got his head down, ready to take a hit. When he should have slid, but he's just saying to his fans, "Hey, I'm here to play ball." So you gotta love him, dude.
Oh, you gotta love him. He's just reminds you of Larry Bird. Larry Bird only played basketball one way, and that was he went after every ball, loose ball. He was going to slide for it no matter where it was. If he could get to it, he was going to try his damnedest to get there. And that's what Tua reminds me of. Just a good-hearted, solid NFL football player and a quarterback.
Yep, absolutely. You got that right.
All right, we'll move on to Arizona and Minnesota. At Minnesota, the Vikings playing real good this year.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't think Arizona's going to be an issue for them. So I'm definitely going to be taking Minnesota in this one.
I'm with you, man. I'm going to go with the Vikings as well. At home, playing good ball. So next one up is Las Vegas and the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans.
Las Vegas, if they're not the biggest disappointment this year in the NFL, I don't know who is. Just so much talent on that team and just not being able to play the way they're capable of it. It's really sad to see. So with that being said, I'm taking New Orleans.
Man, we're gonna disagree on this one, man. I'm gonna go the Raiders. Gonna get their act together, start winning ball games. They should, and probably end up having a good year overall.
Honestly, they should win this one. They really should, but just haven't been happy with them.
All right, New England coming off a terrible game. Is going to go into New York and play the Jets. Jets having a heck of a season, but they lost their running back. Breece Hall is probably going to win Rookie of the Year. And that's sad news coming out of New York. But the Jets can probably pound the football still as they sign their running back this week. And I'm going to go with the New York Jets on that one.
Yeah, you can count me in on that one too. I know Belichick for the last 15 years has owned the Jets, but not this week.
All right, next game, the surprise of the league, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to host the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Eagles, the only undefeated team in the NFL, I believe, at this time. And they are playing great football. They are in the NFC East. It's a tough conference we talked about earlier. They're at home against the Steelers, who, once again, are inconsistent. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles on that one, Josh.
Well, their defense just got stronger today with the big trade that they made. So the Bears taking a 4th-round pick and eat most of the contract this year for what's the space. Just was a stupid move. Philly is going to roll, and I don't think Philly's going to lose for a few weeks. To be honest with you, they will lose at some point, but not this weekend.
All right. Tennessee Titans at Houston.
Oh, big game for Tennessee. I'm a Henry fan. I always have faith in him, so I'm sticking with King Henry, and I think they're going into Houston and pull one out.
Yeah, I just wonder how the fans in Houston feel about this game when they play each other. Of course, Tennessee coming from Houston. So I guarantee they probably still got a lot of fans there in Houston that probably follows on to Tennessee.
I wonder if anybody shows up wearing a Memphis tuxedo shirt.
I guarantee you somebody. Hey, I'm going to go with the Titans as well on that one. So we both had the Tennessee Titans in that one. Hey, next game, Washington at Indianapolis. Of course, Indianapolis making a quarterback change. And we're going to see how that works out for the Colts.
Yeah, they need to make a quarterback change and quick. And Washington, man, freaking build momentum off of last weekend. I'm going to stick with Gary Moore and Washington.
There you go. The Commandos.
Right.
There you go with Daniel Satter. Yeah, I'm going to roll with them too. Frank Wright was probably wishing he could go suit up and come out of retirement after all he's seen on the sidelines this year.
Yeah, he is the best quarterback in that quarterback room.
Yeah, most definitely there, man. San Francisco and the Los Angeles Rams in a rivalry game. That's going to be a good one, I believe.
It's going to be a good one, but I think this one here is going to be CMC's coming out party, like truthfully. I mean, first game with the new team last weekend, so you really weren't expecting too much. Plus, it was a tough game on top of that, where they were in the lead and then kind of lost at the end there. But I think big game from him. I can see Shanahan just using him everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. Catching passes, running the ball, and hell, they might even have him return kicks. But regardless, dude, that's a weapon, and they're going to use him. So
yeah, that's definitely a hell of a weapon. It's going to open up some more for Deebo Samuels as well.
That's good. That's sick.
Start spreading the ball around. Of course, Kittle, one of the top tight ends in the game of football, and
who you covered?
Yeah, McCaffrey will. Look, he didn't have very many plays last week. Of course, he come in on Thursday, but just amazing that he played Sunday and knew the plays. He knew very few plays probably, but the plays that he gave him the ball, he definitely knew where to go and hit the hole, man. And McCaffrey's definitely going to be a weapon to be reckoned with the 49ers.
He's got that pedigree too, McCaffrey's it's in his blood. So
yeah, that's right. Whole family.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Frisco as well.
Yep.
And I'm a McCaffrey fan.
Me too.
Big Ed fan when he played for the Broncos, a hell of a receiver. So, yeah, definitely the 49ers against the struggling LA Rams.
Ed McCaffrey from Penn State.
There you go. Uncle Billy from Duke.
Billy McCaffrey from Duke.
That's right, baby. There you go. Next game up on our schedule, the New York Football Giants against Sleepless in Seattle.
Big game for my boy Saquon, another Penn State player. Been playing great ball this year. He even said himself at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be tough against people, so I'm going to have a good year. Continues on. I'm taking the Giants in this.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Giants as well, but I think it's going to be a good game. Seattle is playing good ball.
They are.
Geno Smith's probably having a career year.
Oh, yeah. Come back career year.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So I'm going to go with the football Giants on that one, though. And then our last Sunday game of the schedule is Green Bay at Buffalo. And, of course, Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers is just struggling, folks. And man. Buffalo and what's their quarterback's name? Help me out here. Josh Allen. Man, they are just having a hell of a year. Buffalo is going to be the team to beat in the AFC, and I believe they're going to walk the dog on the Green Bay Packers.
Yep, you might as well just go ahead and put it down for me too. It's no question. It's a soap opera in Green Bay, and Buffalo is just going to manhandle those boys.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers obviously been playing thumb wrestling and got his ass whooped real bad because his thumb is not worth shit. And you can tell by the way the Packers are playing. So, Aaron, you might have a belt from State Farm, son, but you ain't got a belt in thumb wrestling. So quit doing it. All right, son, get your playing game back home and start playing football because my brother's over here in Steele, Missouri, stressing out because you got his blood pressure up, Aaron. Come on now. All right, Monday night game. The Cincinnati Bengals against the Cleveland Browns. So a little rivalry game on Monday night, baby.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I mean, Battle of Ohio. I think, finally we're going to see Joe Burrow show up. I'm taking Cincy to win this one.
Tell you what, Joe Burrows and Josh Allen, two of the best quarterbacks in the game right now, and young, man. We can see a lot of them in the next few years.
Yep.
I'm also going to go with those Bengals from Cincinnati.
That's right.
My teams are Kansas City and the Chargers this week, so those teams can sit back and relax, get healthy, and watch football action over the weekend before they get into big games next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Josh, what is your disappointing NFL team of the year so far?
Man, I'm going to give you two of them. Right now, the two that I'm most disappointed with are the two teams that were in the Super Bowl last year, the Rams and Cincinnati. I know I'm taking Cincinnati to win this weekend, but, dude, and it's hard to go back to the Super Bowl. I understand that. Don't get me wrong, but both of them just played like terrible this year. So
who let the dogs out?
That's Ozzie Smith over there barking.
Atta baby. What's up, Ozzie?
Ozzie, shut up.
Man, I can't believe you told Ozzie Smith to shut up.
That's right.
Well, Ozzie gonna throw a baseball at your ass.
Gonna do a backflip on me.
Somersault. Speed
That's
kick.
right. Oh, Ozzie.
My two. I'm gonna go with two also disappointing teams, and that's kind of crazy. But the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Bucks, both having not too good of years right now. Maybe they'll get things turned around. They both have good veteran quarterbacks, both Hall of Famers. But as of right now, they got to be very disappointing in what's going on in those programs, franchises, I should say. Get those turned around and see if they can head in the right direction. Now, most surprising team, I'm going to go with the New York Jets as mine. The Jets have been down for a long time. Now they're winning football games and playing real good. It's a sad note that running back goes down. Hall will be missed the rest of the year. But, next man up in football. So the Jets, as of right now, are my surprising team of the year.
Hey, I'm going to take the other side. I'm going to go with the Giants. I thought that, they played horrible last year. Not been good, not been bad this year, but they've been competing and playing good ball this year. Saquon's been healthy. Line's blocking well for him. He's not getting hit in the backfield as often as he was. So I'm sticking with the Giants this year.
Hey, that's a good team, man.
Yep.
Barkley's having a hell of a year, and he could be the NFL Player of the Year, man.
Very well could.
Giants
got some time to go, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. The Giants are a team to be reckoned with. NFC, of course, the best conferences. We agree on that, I believe.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
All right, man. I guess that's going to wrap us up for episode 2 there, man. JB, man, any closing words for us out there tonight?
Man, I'm just going to leave it up to you to hit him with the catchphrase, brother.
That's right, baby. This is JB, and I'm Manley, and we will quiver your liver and shatter your bladder. See you next time, baby. Next week, right here on the JB and Manley Podcast, baby. Woo!
Take care, guys.